From talks of Drake sliding into her DMs, to getting $150,000 Valentine's gifts from Lil TJ, to cheating on the star producer Riot USA, the Bronx Princess,
$100,000
Ice Spice
gift.
has been linked to some of hip-hop's biggest names.
I
But
like
who
gifts.
really had her heart? Drake. Let's start with a big one. In August 2022, Drake slid into Ice Spice's DMs right after Munch went viral.
When Drake DM'd me, I did not really expect that, but I had just landed in LA for my Genius open mic for Munch, and he was actually like, yo, Munch is hard, and you're on the radar freestyle's hard.
He flew her out to Toronto for OVO Fest, his first performance there in years. Party videos surfaced, Instagram cosigns happened, everyone assumed something was going on. But then, September rolled around and Drake unfollowed her on Instagram. Fans immediately thought there was beef, especially when his album Her Loss dropped with lyrics people interpreted as shots at her. Ice Spice shut that down fast.
Linking up with him was so cool, like he's mad, nice, and respectful.
She told the New York Times in January 2023 they were cool and had spoken multiple times since. By July 2023, she described their relationship as having coach vibes, with Drake offering career advice. So was it ever romantic? Who knows? Well, let's focus on the next rapper, cause this one is messy. Lil TJ. Ice Spice and Lil TJ collaborated on Gangsta Boo in early 2023, and the chemistry was undeniable. Then came Valentine's Day 2023, when Lil TJ gifted her a $150,000 Richard Mille watch.
On Valentine's Day?
$150,000 watch, and said it was just
Checks
something
out.
friends do. Was Ice Spice really just a friend? Yes, that's my son. That's my son, for sure. That's my Wody.
TMZ reported the watch was to celebrate their song's success, but fans weren't buying it. A $150,000 gift for a friend? Yeah, right. Things got even more complicated in April 2024, when Ice Spice's former friend, Baby Storm, accused her of cheating on her producer boyfriend Riot USA with Lil TJ. The evidence was supposedly from the lyrics from Gangsta Boo itself. Lines like, "Got a man, but I hope you don't care. When I'm with him, I wish he was there," suddenly looked suspicious. Lil Che denied dating her in a July 2023 Hot 97 interview, calling her "my friend," and Ice Spice never addressed it directly, staying true to her privacy-first approach. Central C. If you thought the Lil
Privacy
TJ
first.
situation was messy, Central C takes it to another level. The British rapper and Ice Spice sparked major dating rumors in summer 2024 after they were spotted all over London together, shopping at Chrome Hearts, cruising in his Lamborghini, hitting up lounges. Their collaboration, Did It First, only added fuel to the fire with lyrics about
Checks out.
infidelity and betrayal that felt way too personal to be coincidental. Here's where it gets complicated. Central C had been in an on and off relationship with influencer Madeline Argy since 2022. Argy posted a 5-part TikTok series that got 243 million views combined, claiming she discovered the alleged cheating through photos on his phone around July 2nd, right near her birthday on July 7th. She felt completely blindsided and used as a pawn in what she called a marketing scheme to promote the song. Ice Spice and Central C both denied any romance.
How's your time in the UK been?
I love it here. I love London. Yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun here.
She told Rolling Stone in July 2024 they were just twins and confirmed she was single. But the drama definitely helped boost her Y2K album sales, which made some people question if the whole thing was orchestrated for
Chat, I ain't gonna lie. Ice Spice, she definitely got around way more than I thought. I would have thought at least one of these guys, maybe they got proof for. I'm kind of sold. I believe what they're showing me. But I will say, chat, how diabolical is it to get caught with a female in your phone? And I'm not saying this happened. I don't know. I don't know the timeline. Y'all would know better than me. I would have to look at the TikTok timeline of when Central C's old girl came out and said, I caught them. She would know the timeline better than any of us. But imagine getting a photo caught, like getting caught with a photo of a female, and y'all look like booed up, coupled up, and you tell her, oh no, that's for a song. Like, we're using that. I'm giving that to my manager. He's going to print them out, put them in a frame for a music video. I'm doing music with her. And then you got to go back and make a song just to cover up your tracks because you got caught. Can you imagine that? Because I can.
Riot USA.
It's a little
Now,
too
this
detailed,
next case
right?
is different because Riot USA isn't just a rumored boyfriend. He's been Ice
You never
Spice's
know.
producer since 2019, back when they met at SUNY Purchase. According to Baby Storm's April 2024 allegations, Riot USA was Ice Spice's actual boyfriend and the person who pushed her into rapping, essentially serving as both her romantic partner and
Oh,
her
that's
career
right.
architect during
I heard
those
about
crucial
him.
early years. The story goes that they were together throughout her rise to fame,
Right.
collaborating on every track and building her sound together. But then came the allegations that Ice Spice cheated on him with Lil Che in 2022, and that she had the audacity to rap about it on Gangsta Boo, a song Riot USA himself produced. Talk about adding insult to injury.
We just went to a Taylor Swift party. Right?
Hold on, hold
Just
on,
to
hold
go
on.
to the party.
That's a goat.
They
He missed the grand scheme of the picture, like the big picture. I mean, he got most of it. But you just told us that she messed with Lil TJ. Him buying her a $150,000 watch on Valentine's Day is all the reassurance we need. But now you're telling me she rapped about it, like gave us a line about type time. You know what I mean? Cheating, anything to do with cheating, anything about I'll cheat on a man, 150 bands, like, you know what I mean? Anything to do with anything. It doesn't even have to be that detailed. TJ bought her a $150,000 watch. Supposedly she cheated with Lil TJ on the song she said on Gangsta Boo, which you just informed me was with Lil TJ and produced by the man Riot, who she was somehow connected to. I'm pretty sure she was dating him. That would make more sense to me. Why, because when you think about it, why did Drizzy unfollow her? Maybe did he try to, get to know her, talk her up, and she wasn't going. Maybe she was being loyal to old buddy. Maybe old buddy was with her. That makes a little bit more sense to me. But I'm just speculating, just like you.
have a close bond that's visible in interviews and public appearances, but whether it was ever romantic remains unconfirmed. Ice Spice has never publicly addressed the relationship, maintaining her usual privacy stance. The cheating allegations involving Lil Che added another explosive layer.
We
to
gotta
the
work
narrative,
on the
but
way
without
you say
confirmation
privacy.
from either party, it's all
Privacy
speculation
is
fueled by a
crazy.
disgruntled ex-friend. Quavo. In June 2024,
Quavo.
Ice Spice and Quavo were spotted at a bowling
How you
alley
gonna tell
together,
me like
with his
that?
arm briefly around her waist, in a photo that immediately set the internet.
Hey, if you haven't seen it, I'm not gonna butcher it. I'm not gonna mess it up for you. I'm not even gonna spoil it. But check out Aries Spears speaks on Vlad TV about Quavo. Enough said. That man is funny.
The timing seemed significant because Quavo had recently ended his tumultuous relationship with Saweetie, which had been marked by public drama and accusations. But here's the reality. The
Oh, yeah,
bowling
he was with
footage
Saweetie.
showed what looked like a group hangout with friends, including rapper Cleopatra
I forgot about
and
that.
others from their circle. The encounter appeared
She got some
completely
accusations
casual,
thrown
the
her
kind of
way
thing that
recently.
happens all the time in the
I ain't
industry
look into
when
it, but
artists run into each other at events
checks
or
out.
parties. One arm around the waist for a quick photo doesn't exactly scream romance, especially in a setting where everyone's taking pictures together. The fact that there was
Yeah,
one sighting,
that's
zero
nothing.
follow-up, and zero confirmation from either party suggests this was exactly what it looked like. Friends having fun at a bowling alley. They'd crossed paths before at major events like the Super Bowl, where Ice Spice
It
was
could have been
singing
a
with Taylor
date.
Swift, but again, nothing remotely romantic. This one was clearly just the internet doing what it does best, turning a normal interaction into a dating rumor.
Right.
NLE
You right. You right.
This next one is NLE Chopper, because he never hid his crush on Ice Spice, making this one of the more transparent situations on the list. In November 2022, right during her breakout moment, he literally released a song called Ice Spice
Did he?
as a direct tribute to her. The lyrics made his admiration crystal clear, with lines admitting his attraction without any subtlety.
VVS
He went
is
even
clear?
further in a March
Richard
2023
Millie clear?
interview, where he confessed he found her beautiful.
'Cause that's where
and
she's
revealed
coming
he'd
from, so
actually
you gotta
been
come a
texting
little
for
harder.
it. But according to NLE, their conversation stayed strictly professional. Nah, just music, he explained, when asked if there was anything romantic happening. The problem came when he tried to push beyond the music talk and hollered at her, essentially shooting his shot. Her response was that she changed her number, which is about as clear a rejection as you can get. By December 2025, NLE Chopper was engaged to Erica Ravin and sharing loved-up posts all over social media, so that ship has definitely sailed, and he's clearly moved on to someone who reciprocates his feelings. Max B. This next one's wild because it's completely one-sided and happened while Max B was still locked up in prison. In September.
I see you naming. I think we're at 3 now. 3 people we know did nothing, and I know did nothing because you told me did nothing. Why we're all over the place? Why would you not give us the 4 people or 5 if Max is included? Why would you not give us the 4 or 5 people who you think or kind of know? Otherwise, this is clickbait. You told me rappers who dated Ice Spice. That's why we're here. Now you give me 4 and then 3, and you don't even give me 3 and a possible. You don't even give me a possible. You give me 3 that you're telling me, but we know it was nothing. Quavo and her, just hanging out. What's up with you, bro? Like wasting time?
2023, during a phone interview from East Jersey State Prison, Max B called in and shot his shot at Ice Spice in the most Max B way possible. He was discussing his EMG movement and looking for a first lady when he started talking about Ice Spice. His exact words were unforgettable, calling her real tasty with
I see what you did there.
Going off, a colorful reference to
his first words were unforgettable. Montana, I see what you did there.
Were unforgettable, calling her real tasty with that carrot top going off, a colourful reference to her signature red hair that he compared to carrot cake. He went on about how he wanted to recruit her to his label and movement, mixing business talk with obvious attraction in that wavy,
I like
carrot
carrot cake.
He's known for. Ice Spice's response to all this was absolutely nothing. Complete radio silence. She never acknowledged it publicly, never responded to his advances, never even mentioned it in interviews. Max B was released from prison in November 2025 after serving years on serious charges, and he immediately proposed to his longtime partner who'd been holding him down throughout his incarceration. So clearly that Ice Spice thing was just prison talk, shooting his shot from behind bars with nothing to lose and no real expectation of anything happening. Plaque Boy Max. This is the freshest rumor on the list, still developing.
Hey, when you're locked down, I can't express to y'all and explain to y'all or stress it enough how much you're sitting there thinking, I'm going to do right with my life. I'm going to get me a good wife. So anybody, take anybody, Ice Spice, anybody who would have came, any pretty, and Ice Spice, to me, bro, she's pretty. Any pretty female like an Ice Spice, you know, decent body, getting her own bag. Guys don't want your bag. We want our bag. So, but it's just the fact of the matter that you're doing stuff with your life. Like anybody like Ice Spice, and you're inside, bro. You see a female like her, you see her on the TV or on your phone, bro. 100% you're shooting your shot. Especially someone like Max, who has a name when he comes back home, who has money waiting on him when he comes home, who has an opportunity to get back in the game when he's back home. I would have shot my shot too. You kidding me? If you think I wouldn't have tried to talk to Spice, if I was in the game already, it's over now. I mean, you see the lineup. She's here, she's there. And whether or not these are real or not, these are just the ones we know. You think people ain't flying her out? And I'm not saying she's doing anything, because she don't have to. But you don't think she's getting flown out by Joe Schmo and this? She's getting flown out by someone on the Dallas Cowboys right now that you don't even know is on the Dallas Cowboys. But he got money. He got Dallas Cowboy money. Hey, listen, man. It just is what it is. It's a part of the game. You're a pretty female. You're going to get some attention thrown your way. Now, Plaque Boy, I didn't know about this one.
On January 1st, 2026, Ice Spice threw her 26th birthday party at PhD Rooftop Lounge in NYC, a star-studded event attended by celebrities like Olympic gymnast Suni Lee and rapper A Boogie With the Hoodie.
Did Taylor show up?
Footage captured her leaving the club in rough shape, visibly intoxicated and stumbling
Wow.
as friends helped her navigate the exit.
She did look
That's when
saucy.
Plaque Boy Max, the 22-year-old streamer-turned-rapper, was filmed following closely behind her, ignoring people calling out Max as they They both headed toward the same Sprinter van.
Right.
Fans immediately started connecting dots, especially since Ice Spice had recently broken up with an athlete boyfriend, leaving her presumably single and ready to mingle. Then things got really interesting. On January 13th, 2026, just 12 days later, actress Keke Palmer did a flirty live stream with Plaqueboy Max that quickly went viral. During the stream, Palmer playfully exposed that his phone was full of explicit photos from various women, including one of them Ice Spice pictures from the back, suggesting he had intimate photos of her stored on his device. Neither Ice Spice nor Plaqueboy Max has confirmed anything about a relationship. The photos could be fan-shared images that somehow ended up on his phone, or they could indicate something more intimate happened between them. The timing is suspicious though. A birthday party exit together followed weeks later by evidence of photos on his phone. Only time will tell if this develops into something real or fades like
Speaking of developing into something real, you just made that up. You literally made the end of that up. And I didn't even watch the Keke Palmer stream fully. I seen clips, but I don't need to know what she said. There's no way Keke is that messy, pardon me, to see actual pictures of a woman naked who looks like Ice Spice and would make a comment like that. You just ran with that. You just run. She probably made a comment like, "Oh, what you got? What's going on in that phone?" Something along the lines, being jokey, but the rest was made up. It's just that was nothing but speculation. That's like when you know the cop is lying to you, like, "Oh yeah, we got a bunch of hair follicles. We're gonna have to run for tests." What, brother? I am bald. Like, what are you talking about? That was just dumb. But hey, shout out to Plaqueboy, because that definitely looked like they were leaving in the same Sprinter. Say what you want, say what you will, do what you want, do what you will, but you ain't gotta lie to me.
So I think that's where like the hiccups were. Yeah, because it was like really no room anymore at that point.
She went from serving customers at Wendy's to becoming the first rapper with 4 Billboard Hot 100 top 10 hits in a single year. But barely 2 years after that achievement, she lost over 25 million Spotify
The same
listeners
guy?
in 12 months.
Is it AI?
540,000 Instagram followers overnight, and released an album that sold so poorly that it was called one of the biggest disappointments in recent hip-hop history. What happened to the girl who had Taylor Swift and Nicki Minaj fighting to work with her? Before we uncover how it all fell apart, let me take you back to
It's a
January
fair question.
1st, 2000, where this story truly begins. Born Isis Niger Gaston in the Bronx, New York, Ice Spice.
Wait, what's this called again? The Doubtful Rise of Ice. Okay. Alright, now we know where we're going with this. We're not going
Straddling
anywhere.
two worlds. Her mother was Dominican, her father African American, and after her parents divorced when she was just 2 years old, her grandparents became her primary caregivers. She spent her teenage years at Sacred Heart High School in Yonkers playing volleyball, briefly enrolled at SUNY Purchase to study communications, but eventually dropped out when the daily commute from the Bronx became unbearable. What followed were humble beginnings at Wendy's and The Gap, working as a cashier while quietly nursing dreams of something bigger. Everything shifted in 2020 when she met producer Riot USA at SUNY Purchase. Drawing inspiration from legends like Lil Kim, Nicki Minaj, and even Taylor Swift, Ice Spice began crafting lyrics in her iPhone Notes app over hip-hop beats. Her stage name came from a high school fake Instagram Finsta account, and in March 2000...
See, you starting to become someone that's just yapping. You just yapping. Drawing inspiration from Taylor Swift. She dug into her hip-hop roots. What? Did Ice Spice out of her own mouth say she was inspired growing up listening to Taylor? And what does one have to do with the other? Taylor Swift is inspiring her. How do you know she's digging into hip-hop roots?
2021, she dropped her debut track Bully Freestyle after a viral Bus It Challenge video gained traction on Twitter.
I bet it
was
did.
what happened next that would permanently alter the trajectory of her life.
Oh, I
August
seen her Bus It
2022
video.
marked the
She
turning
had a
point.
good one.
Ice
She did.
Spice released Munch Feelin' You through World Star Hip Hop, a drill track with an infectious hook and unapologetically bold lyrics that started gaining momentum on TikTok. Then Drake played it on his Sirius XM radio station Sound 42, and suddenly everything exploded. Within Within weeks, she signed with 10K Projects and Capitol Records, and by January 2023, her debut EP, Like, dropped with hits like Bikini Bottom and In Ha Mood. What followed was nothing short of extraordinary. 2023 became her year in ways that seemed almost impossible. Boys A Liar Part 2 with Pink Pantheress peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, while Karma with Taylor Swift hit number 2. Barbie World with Nicki Minaj and Aqua reached number 7. And
Yeah,
Princess
she was
Diana
back to
remix with
back.
Nicki Minaj climbed to number 4.
What would you say is an album or song that changed your life? You remember hearing it and everything shifted.
Pink Friday. People know this. Yes, Pink Friday.
She became the first rapper with 4 top 10 Hot 100 entries in a single year, collecting accolades that included MTV's Best New Artist, People's Choice New Artist of the Year, BMI's Impact Award, and 4 Grammy nominations, including Best New Artist. Her Spotify monthly listeners peaked above 38 million, and her signature Bronx Baddie image made
Checks
her a
out.
cultural phenomenon that transcended music. By early 2026, she had accumulated over 7.5 billion total streams on Spotify. The world was hers for the taking. However, as history has repeatedly
Billion
shown us, the higher you
streams.
climb, the harder you fall. The cracks began appearing in early 2024 when tensions between Ice Spice and fellow rapper Latto started bubbling to the surface. Both occupied similar spaces in hip-hop with their Y2K-inspired aesthetics and bold lyrics, and in the competitive world of female rap, comparisons inevitably breed conflict. In February 2024, Latto teased her single Sunday Service with a video featuring a clip from Ice Spice's Pretty Girl collaboration with Rima. Ice Spice interpreted this as shade and fired back with "Think you the fart," delivering pointed lyrics like "I got my foot on they necks, I can't let up." The situation escalated throughout the
I don't
summer,
understand
with
how
Latto
that was
posting
a knock.
celebratory cake featuring a poop emoji and the caption "Think I'm the in direct reference to Ice Spice's track. Ice Spice responded in her July Rolling Stone interview with measured frustration. "You're going to post a piece of tea cake to announce something that's good news for you, but it is kind of a compliment because you're taking something that's supposed to be a fun moment for you and you're making it about me again." Though the two would eventually collaborate on Gyat in September 2025, putting the beef to rest, the damage to Ice Spice's reputation had already begun. Then came May 2024, and the scandal that would truly shake her foundation. Ice Spice's former friend Baby Storm leaked private text messages where Ice Spice called Nicki Minaj ungrateful and delusional, the same Nicki Minaj whose Pink Friday album had changed her life. The texts revealed frustration over contract negotiations, specifically around publishing rights for their collaboration Barbie World, with Ice Spice feeling Nicki was asking for too large a share of her publishing. The leak sparked immediate backlash from Nicki's
Checks out.
fanbase, the Barbs, who are notorious for their ability to destroy careers online through coordinated attacks. In July 2024, Ice Spice addressed the controversy directly. "What I said in those texts was just in a moment of frustration around contract negotiations. I could have chose different words." She emphasized her continued respect for Nicki, stating,
Well, I tried to really let our lawyers handle everything and our managers.
Yeah.
But I was already signed when she was trying to sign me, so I think that's where the hiccups were.
Yeah.
Because it was really no room anymore at
Right,
that point
right.
Yeah.
to make a new deal. I'm signed to 2 labels, so
Yeah.
that was already a thing.
You were kinda
So I
cooked.
would, always, I still look up to her. She's mother.
Unfortunately, the internet rarely forgives, and trust,
No,
once
they
broken,
don't.
proves difficult to repair. As if matters couldn't get worse, July 2024 brought yet another scandal when social media influencer Madeline
Matter of fact, I'm gonna take that back. It's not that the internet doesn't forgive. We can't say that. Yeah, don't do that. It's not that the internet doesn't forgive. The internet has no problem forgiving. The internet can sometimes feel like it's not that deep, and it's only real on the internet. In certain aspects, it can be like that. Like, certain people only get hate on the internet, or certain people only get disrespected on the internet. I understand that. But at the same time, when it comes to the internet, it's still a handful of real people who live real lives and have real opinions and make real good arguments. And we definitely, I'm a part of the internet, you're a part. We forgive when it's genuine. But when someone comes out just to save face, oh, such and such, oh, backpedaling, and we already know how they truly, really feel. But again, I don't know if she felt like that, but I'm just saying, not all the time is it as easy as My bad, y'all. I had a bad day. My bad. And again, the internet can reflect life sometimes. In life, you don't get a pass on everything. In life, you go to work tomorrow and you just snap on everybody and get real disrespectful. Hey, all of y'all shut up. All of y'all shut up. Well, just do the job we're here to do and stop talking to me before I snap on one of y'all. Okay, you disrespected everybody now. Tomorrow you come in, you feel better, you're in a better mood. You apologize to people in front of everyone, not one by one. My bad, y'all. I was dead wrong. It won't ever happen again. Some people might forgive you. Some people might make sure that they never say more than 2 words to you again. It just is what it is. You showed a side of you that just because you're cleaning up the mess doesn't mean I ever want to be associated with someone like that. Whether now I look at you as, disrespectful. You lack respect in an area with me. I'm not gonna allow you to cross me twice. Or whether I just don't want to be around someone who doesn't know how to control their emotions, yet alone their anger. Whether I refuse to make a friend with someone who's hot-tempered. You're that hot-tempered that you let work get you to a point where you think it's okay to disrespect all these grown folks. And what would you do, or where would I be wrong if I disrespect you back? So yeah, like, it's not that we don't forgive. Pardon me. It's that sometimes it's too late. It's not too late, but it's too late. Cause it's never too late. Cause I'm a man, bro. I got to own up to my wrongs. So it's never, in my book, it's never too late to say sorry. Cause I rather own up than to pretend. Oh well, like that's a cheap excuse to carry as a grown man. I'm not gonna walk around like, well, I would text him and say sorry, or text her, and I would call and take him to dinner, but it's too late. Nah, that's a cheap excuse. When you're wrong, you're wrong, and when you're right, you're right. So it's not that it's ever too late. But with certain people and certain ways that we look at you, like, you're talking, okay, let's talk about Ice. Disrespecting a goat like Nicki. Those were her feelings. And she was talking to who she thought she was a friend with. Her friend is a weirdo for screenshot. Because she must have saved those pictures. She must have had these type of... And that's the part no one ever talks about. What about the fact that... And maybe she never deletes her messages. Maybe she's not a weirdo. But... for the most part, I gamble on the other side of people who are around you that would do something like that. I think it's premeditated. I think they see those texts and they're like, she's talking about Nicki like this, and they screenshot it and they keep it like as that's why you got to be careful who you have around you. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Who you have around you when you're eating. When you're eating good, because when you're eating good, you don't have time to pay attention to everybody's little thing. Like when you're not eating, when you're all broke, you could tell who's a good friend and who's not. It ain't hard to tell, because they don't try to hide it. But when you're eating and you're getting to a bag, sometimes you have people that are smiling in your face, but they're moving wacky, and that's, to me, that's weird to even to expose. Just because y'all fell out, you expose her like that, knowing what that could potentially do to her career. But again, she thought that was her friend, and she got emotional, as we all have in our own life. I mean, how many people do you know that you would have no problem saying, no, he's cool, but he is ungrateful? Or I know a lot of females that are cool, but they can be ungrateful. I don't think it's the worst thing that's ever been said. But again, it's not that they don't forgive. It's just some things you can't walk back.
Argy accused Ice Spice of cheating with her ex-boyfriend, rapper Central C. The drama unfolded.
Also, that was her
TikTok,
boyfriend.
with Argy posting videos claiming
she
had been blindsided
you said
by the
Argy.
collaboration between Ice Spice and Central C on their track "Did It First," which dropped on July 12th, with lyrics about cheating that seemed to confirm the accusations. Argy later stated on her podcast, "He publicly violated me by portraying infidelity without informing me. I felt used." Ice Spice denied any romantic involvement, calling herself and Central C just twins. Many observers believe the entire controversy was orchestrated as a PR stunt to promote the song, with insiders viewing it as a calculated move for profit. Regardless of authenticity, Ice Spice's image took another devastating hit. yet nothing compared to what transpired in September 2024 during her Y2K World Tour. Opener Cleotrapa came forward with explosive allegations of mistreatment, claiming Ice Spice gave her only 1 day's notice.
I don't know who this is. Can you run that by me one more time?
24 during her Y2K World Tour. Opener Cleotrapa came forward with
Just tell me that one more time.
Y2K World Tour. Opener Cleotrapa came forward with explosive allegations of mistreatment,
Okay.
claiming Ice Spice gave her only 1 day's notice to join the tour, omitted her name from promotional materials, provided no assistance with luggage, excluded her from group activities including meals, and even denied her a chicken salad due to budget constraints.
No.
Cleotrapa also alleged she had to pay for her own
Come on.
5-star hotel stays and that her purse was left unattended, resulting in a $700 unauthorized charge. Ice Spice responded by calling Cleotrapa ungrateful and entitled, emphasizing she had shared her stage despite Cleotrapa having fewer than 10,000 monthly listeners. She mocked the complaints with now deleted polls referencing the chicken salad incident.
I feel like that's a female thing. Like, men, we don't do that because we know we want to be treated. We try to treat people the way we want to be treated. Like, there's just no way that I'm the bigger artist and I'm having someone with 10K, with 5K, with 500 views or subscriptions, and I allow them to come on my platform for whatever reason, even if it doesn't benefit me at all, even if it's not because maybe I enjoy it and that's the only reason they're here. Maybe I just want to bless them. Maybe they want a prize with me, or I did a raffle with my community for whatever reason. I don't think that's entitled for that person to feel like, treat me the way you want to be treated if someone brought you out, because the tables can always churn. And I think that's a female thing. I find that a lot in females. That's a pattern I see. Like, they're real quick to tell. I mean, this is the second time she called someone ungrateful, and it ain't like, Nicki Minaj, bro, is not like asking for favors. She's trying to do good business, but she's Nicki, so of course she wants to do business where she kind of comes out with the upper hand. And I get Ice Spice's position. It's hard, Nicki, to give you the upper hand when I'm playing with percentages with two labels, 10K and you. So it's like I'd give you what you're asking for if I wasn't already in this deal. But because of this, I gotta take into mind how am I gonna win at the end of the day? Anyways, their business, none of mine. We can learn from it, but I don't know the ins and outs to really speak on it. What I can say is, I see that a lot in females. They're so quick to call somebody ungrateful, bro. They think everybody's entitled. Meanwhile, they're usually entitled themselves a little bit. They're usually a little bit ungrateful themselves. But yeah, I don't know, Chad. That's just my take on it. Like, if the woman wanted to eat, that's a crazy thing to say. Like, oh, I gotta stay in the budget. But if it was for a bestie, you would do it. If it was for a guy, you would do it. So if it was for yourself, you would do it. So yeah, put her in the budget. Extend the budget. Even if you gotta come out of pocket, feed that woman. She's working with us, feed her. Now, I will say, now that I said my piece on that, I don't know the true story. I'm going what I got. And let's throw some slack. Let's throw some slack to Ice. Or anybody. Put anybody there. Ice, put me there. If that was me in that situation, I will say I do kind of agree. These younger artists and new up-and-coming people, they tend to get a little bit entitled. I see that also. I recognize both patterns. Sometimes they'll do a show with you, and they want to be treated like they're the main artist. Again, yeah, it's good to treat people the way you want to be treated. But I'm going to do what is right by not only you, but by me. So yeah, we'll make sure you're fed. We'll make sure you're taken care of. Do I think she probably should have took care of her and put her in a nice hotel? I do. But I do understand not everybody's going to do things the way I would or the way you would. So that's a little entitled. Unless you negotiated that beforehand. Like, listen, all expenses taken care of. Hotels, gas, travel. Unless that was negotiated, especially when you're a guest to someone else's platform, yeah, you can't come out after the fact and then say, oh, you should have put me up in a telly. That's not how it works. That's entitled.
Her manager defended her actions. Nevertheless, rapper Azialia Banks publicly supported Cleotrapa, offering her a paid spot at a Halloween show and criticizing narratives that dehumanize black women in the industry. The fallout was swift and brutal. Ice Spice lost over 540,000 Instagram followers, signaling a seismic shift in public perception that would set the stage for what came next. With her reputation in shambles, Ice Spice released her debut album Y2K on July 26th, 2024. Expectations were high, as this was supposed to be her coronation moment. Instead, it debuted at number 18 on the Billboard 200 with just 28,000 first-week units, far below industry projections. ENPR called it crudely basic, criticizing its repetitive drill production and shallow themes. Fans echoed these sentiments across social media, labeling tracks forgettable without demonstrating artistic growth. Desperate to salvage the project, she released a deluxe edition in December 2024 featuring NLE Chopper, DaBaby, and Annual AA. The result was even more devastating. The deluxe sold only 4,800 units in its first week, an almost unthinkable figure for an artist who had dominated charts just months earlier. Ice Spice's Spotify monthly listeners plummeted from over 45 million at the start of 2025 to around 15.1 million by January 2026, a huge loss of nearly 25 million listeners in just 1 year. Performance mishaps further fueled the narrative. On New Year's Eve 2024, as headliner for Australia's Wildlands Festival, she arrived 25 minutes late and performed only 2 songs before her microphone was cut off, prompting widespread accusations of disrespect. Physical changes also became fuel for public scrutiny. Rumors circulated about Ozempic use for weight loss, and as her figure became noticeably thinner, fans claimed she had lost her signature appeal. In December 2025, she faced backlash for wearing a revealing outfit to a SpongeBob screening, with critics deeming it inappropriate. Her legal troubles emerged as well when Brooklyn rapper Duval D. Chambers Chamberlain sued her for copyright infringement over In Ha Mood, though the lawsuit was settled out of court in September 2024. In recent interviews, she's expressed her ambition to make more money in 2026 and retire by 35, dismissing the decline narrative by noting,
Justice matters most. It's time to get a new slogan. Just make money. Hey, for people who know that where that's from, shout out to y'all. Y'all the ones that belong in this community. Hey chat, it is what it is. We're just learning as we go. What do we know? I don't know, but I'm on go. Get out.